Hey guys, so at long last, you're actually not going to get my face today. I'm going to show you this app. So you can already see this is my landing page that I built. So for those of you who are into doing iOS apps, Apple requires that you have a page where you can go to for support. If you do not have this, you'll get rejected from the App Store. And the reasoning behind this is simply so people don't go running to Apple with complaints, they go running to you. And Apple requires this in order to be approved. But otherwise, I also want to be launching on Product Hunt. If you're unfamiliar with Product Hunt, this is not actually real, by the way. This is a placeholder, but the rest of it's pretty real. But these two buttons don't do anything. But yeah, so Product Hunt is basically a website that shows the newest softwares you can launch for free. And they have a couple of million monthly active users. And so you get free traffic to your app when you launch. And all you have to do is fill out a bunch of information and you can't repost. But once you do it, it's all good. But yeah, so this is the site. I made this with Lovable. So what I did is I used the simulator in Xcode to build. I put it on a green background, screenshot of the simulator, and then put them in Canva. And here we are. And then the rest of this was just assets that I generated. So this is our logo. And we have him in a bunch of different like faces and stuff throughout just to make it fun. But yeah, so that's it for like the landing page itself. I just figured I'd cover that because it is a requirement for the App Store, and it's great to drive users because you go product hunt, you drive people here, and then you can hit them to download from the App Store. But for the actual app, that's what you guys are here for. So this is what it looked like once you're logged in. There is a onboarding flow, which I can show in another day, but at the moment I'm recording on my phone because my camera is not set up. So I can't show you what it looks like in my personal phone, but I'll show you what it looks like in the simulator. So yeah, so inside the simulator, this is what it's going to look like. And the idea is it's like Apple Notes. So you can tap here and simply type in whatever item you want. So let's say we want strawberries. It's like Apple Note style. So you just hit enter or on your phone and it'll say, hey, look, you're not being specific enough. And you have the option to bypass this or be more specific. So let's do a 12-ounce organic strawberries. Sorry, this is like unbearably slow. So then it'll overwrite and it didn't pop back up. So that means it passed our test for specificity. And you'll see it has no results. So the reasoning behind this is because the stores that I have selected in settings right now is just Winn-Dixie, which is kind of funny. I don't know why it's just Winn-Dixie, but I'll do Sam's, Publix, and Trader Joe's. Those are where I actually go grocery shopping. And then we will delete this by swiping left and we'll try again. So it's 12-ounce organic strawberries. So now it's gonna search. There might not be results for this either, but it's a lot more likely since we have Trader Joe's and Sam's in there. Because Winn-Dixie might not have organic strawberries, but for the sake of this, but you'll see the nice loading animation there. It just says searching. So right now, there you go, perfect. This is amazing. So this is what it'll look like. It will search the internet. You can tap on this and it will show you the different options. So it only actually got search results for Trader Joe's, Sam's, and Publix came back negative, which is interesting. But yeah, so this is the grocery list. You can tap it to check it off, tap it again. You can hit this filter button and it will filter it by the store. You tap this, it'll take you to their nearest location. You tap this button to scan your receipt. And then when you check the items off, they just dim and you can unsort. Sort it by the date. I'm going to change this because there's no point in having the date. I'm going to let you name your lists now. And then here's the tool menu. So down here you can hit this and you have all these options, which I need to add text here so that people actually know what the hell they are. So this is to duplicate the list. So if you are like me and you get mostly the same stuff every week with minor changes, there's no need to type out all the crap that you had the previous week. So you just hit this to duplicate and make a new list with the exact same stuff. And then this one is to scan your receipt. I can't show you because it's on a simulator, but all it does is open the camera, lets you take a picture, and then it will sort it out. And it will basically just give you a menu that says all the items, allows you to edit them and confirm if they're all correct, and then it will log them. This is a barcode scanner, and it just bugged out because I hit it because it's on the app. Okay, well, I'm going to have to rebuild this. This is going to be interesting. Go to Xcode, build it. That was funny. Okay, so we're back to normal again. Um, All these are scan, scan, scan. This one, you could take a picture of your store list or a screenshot of your physical store list. I like to write them down and then take a picture and it'll load it. So you don't have to load the app. And then this is a recipe scanner. So if you upload a picture of a recipe you found online or take a photo of it, it will upload all the ingredients for that recipe to the store menu and then find the cheapest store. Up in the top left here is going to be our little mascot slash icon. When you tap him or anywhere here, you get this pop-up menu, which is your rewards. So if you get 1,000 points, you get 1 free month, and this is how you do it. Refer a friend, you get 100 points, and then it'll show you how many you referred. This does not work. This does work right now. The points does, but the referrals do not. And you get points when you either scan a barcode, which is this one. When you scan the barcode, it actually sends it off via API to this thing called Appify, which is basically just a library that is completely full of all kinds of scrapers. So this one scrapes a UPC or a like product code table. So it'll just send off the barcode to there, find the actual product. It'll input it here. It works great. I tested it today, and it'll search that product. And it actually fully worked today. I tested it at the store, which is really cool. The only thing, again, that's inaccurate were the prices. So that's going to be our main problem here. Besides that, we have this, but yeah, so when you scan a barcode, for each item you scan, you get 5 points per barcode input. I'm probably going to put it down to 1 point, but for each item that you scan on your receipt, so if you buy 15 items on your receipt, you scan them, you get 15 points. And the idea is just to reward users for giving me accurate data, gamify it a little bit. So besides that, the core functionality of the app, you can swipe to the right to make a new list or navigate to other lists. So you see new list, new list. So I just created 3 new lists. And you can type. And then down here is where we're going to get into like the savings stuff. So I guess it'd be better if we had like a list that actually had something on it. There we go. So it'll show you what the price is that you're paying, how much you saved. It calculates the savings by taking the average between all of the store's prices. So assuming that you picked to go to one of your 3 selected stores at random and shopped only there, what is the average that you will save by going to 3 different stores? So the save number, so if you add these two together, it will be the total price if you went to one of these 3 stores at completely random. That's the most accurate way I can think of to calculate how much you've saved. The other way is I ask the user what their weekly spend is, and then I calculate it based on that. But that seems to be less accurate since most people actually don't know their weekly spend, which is kind of funny. Then you can manage your subscription. This is actually fully functional with Apple. It's really cool. Refer a friend, and then the version. But in here, you can simply change your store to a maximum of 3. So I can unselect or select. So unselect Winn-Dixie and select Sam's, and boom, hit done, and it'll update. And then the last functionality that we have right now is here. So you can hit the shopping, and it will show you your cart by location. You can collapse it, and then we'll automatically find your location. This is done on onboarding, and then based on your location, we'll find what your tax bracket is. I'm only putting this in the US at the moment for the sake of legal compliance because I don't know how international apps work yet. But it will automatically calculate your sales tax. That way, this is the number that you should see at the register within a few dollars, because it's never going to be perfect. You can navigate to the other tab to see your savings. Doesn't actually work unless you check something off, and then even then it takes a little bit to update. Oh, no, it doesn't. I lied. So this is what the saving tabs look like. Oh, that's great. It actually works. That's phenomenal. It hasn't been working, or at least live updating recently. So in the savings tab, it'll break it down by your spending by category, so produce, dairy, meat, etc., and then by store. And what I'm going to do here is, where can I add something else? We're going to select Walmart instead of Sam's Club for sake of Walmart has literally everything. And we're going to do, I don't know, 12-pack Bud Light. I don't know why I keep using Bud Light as an example. I actually don't drink, but I find it kind of funny that I'm using beer as an example. But the reasoning behind this is because I want to show you what the charts look like between stores. But yeah, if you go to savings, it'll break it down by all-time savings, monthly savings, weekly savings, and this chart actually syncs to your current date. But if you hover over it, it'll tell you your savings versus what you would have spent. So it's hard to see because we only have one item checked off. But basically, the idea is there's going to be two of these containers here. There's going to be a gray one and a purple one. And the purple one will show you what you actually spent. The gray one shows you what you will have spent if you didn't have the app. And you'll see basically just two lines. One will be higher than the other just to like visualize it for you. And then we break down, why isn't it letting me scroll? There we go. And then we break it down by savings by store, and you can do all time or monthly, and then what your recent trips were. So you can just look at your recent transactions. If you're doing like separate billing, using like a different app for your budgeting, you can just basically look, oh, how much did I spend at which grocery stores, or what was my total grocery spending, and we'll get all that here for you. And then you could break down like where your most expensive store is. But let's see what it came back as. Yeah, Walmart, 92% accuracy, 1342. You know what's really cool about this? So if we look this up on Google and look at Walmart right now, I actually did this. So the price is 13.49. So it's within about 7 cents, which is really nice. So on staple items at big stores like Walmart that have online stores, the price is insanely accurate. But things like Trader Joe's, where you actually don't have any online store, they have no way of actually finding the price. So it guesses with a low accuracy. And the only reason why this, I believe, is $5.99 at 90% accuracy, even though they don't have a store, is because I think I put that in manually. But yeah, so this is going to be super accurate with Walmart and stuff. If you tap on it, it shows it's still just Walmart. But now, for the sake of the example, we'll check both off. The savings should update. So there you go. It's split by the cart, total after tax. And then if you go to your savings, you can see the donut breakdown here. So it shows you by category and then by your store. And so you can quickly view that, and then it shows your transaction. So that's pretty much it for the core of the app. Now I'm just working on making it more accurate. I really love how it's performing so far. The only thing that ever bothers me is realistically just the accuracy of the prices, because nobody's going to use this if the prices are not accurate, including myself. So that's pretty much my job right now, is making that as accurate as possible. I really like the features where I can import lists and recipes, because I'm also going to start work on another quality of life app for myself, personal project, that basically uses AI and lets you look up cool recipes to cook for the week. For those of you who meal prep, I don't, but I pretty much eat the same thing all week. You select what you want to eat for the week, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, or if you don't eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then you can do desserts and whatever. And you can select basically what you want to eat for the week, as a simple browse menu. And then I'm going to make it so that AI will automatically make you a store list based on all of those items for those recipes, and then you can simply import that recipe or that store list into here by taking a picture of it or uploading the store list it generates, and it will add it to your grocery list. So they're going to be like sister apps, which I'm looking forward to. The reasoning behind this is because I eat the same crap every day of every week, and I'm getting tired of it, and I want cool different recipes, and AI does a really good job of making healthy recipes. But that aside, this is fully how the app works. So for those of you who have been chatting with me in the comments about this for the last few days, you actually have a face the name, I suppose. But this is fully how it works. You can swipe right as well to edit the price. I completely fatal flaw here, completely forgot to give a selection for the store. So if you want to change it from some of the store manually and you edit it, you can edit the price and the quantity, but you can't edit which store it's at. So if you want to switch this and report the price at Trader Joe's, sucks for you because it's already stuck at Walmart. But I gotta add that. But otherwise, yeah, it's fully functional. It's really, really nice. Now I just have to work on the accuracy of these numbers. So this is perfect, but the problem is it's only coming up with Walmart because the search is very flawed. So yeah, it's really just about populating this by getting people to use it in beta testing, by giving them the app for free, taking the hit on all the API costs, and then when I launch, all these will be user reported instead of searched online. And that's hopefully how it's going to work. But super stoked for this, and let me know what you guys think now that the whole thing has been showcased to y'all.